Have you ever come up with a plan, an idea, something that you wanted it to be a certain way, you thought it was going to be a certain way, and then when push came to shove, you found out that wasn't really the case? Well, a lot of times in life, whether it's a place you maybe want to go eat, a restaurant you heard about from a friend, hey, this place is great, you should check it out. You might go there and feel like it's great, but you might think, this really just isn't for me. Well, as my mother-in-law likes to say, it's just one meal. No big deal. But when it comes to your money, you don't want to be surprised about what you have, what you own, and what might happen with it in the future.
Or what you don't have.
What you don't have,
Yes.
exactly.
And at the end, it might be your money.
Right.
Yes.
That you don't have anymore. Now, we had a client, Victor, this week give us a call about a certain type of investment they had heard about. Isn't that the case?
Well, they thought it was a bond that was being issued by a utility company. It sounded like a utility company.
Okay.
And he thought it was a good idea. He had a CD coming due at a local institution, and he wanted someplace to put this money. We do a considerable amount of things for him, but he wanted this to be liquid, and it wasn't what he thought it was at all. It ended up being gas and oil ventures. It was not a utility company, and it was also a much longer term proposition than what he certainly would be interested in. Now, fortunately, he called us and didn't end up getting in something that sounded too good to be true. Because
and then it was.
Yeah, and so he didn't end up in that situation. But I feel great that he reached out to us, because he just wasn't going to be in what he thought it was.
No, and I think that story underscores what's so important about your financial planning, and we see this all the time. There are no bad investments. There are only bad fits. That investments in and of themselves, different financial tools, aren't good, aren't bad. They might fit one person great, but might be a terrible fit for somebody else. So you have to be careful, understand what you own, why you own it, and what its job is for you.
Now, I've got
go ahead.
A hat.
Yeah.
Do you remember what my one hat says?
What, money's not evil?
No. Unstuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to get in a situation to where, I sure hope, I don't even know if unstuck's a word, but you don't want to get stuck in something to where you have to get unstuck, because that is a terrible place to be.
Exactly. You want to be able to have a plan that helps fuel your life to do things that you want to do, not sit there where you're thinking, oh gosh, how did I get into this product that I didn't think it was going to be this way? I even think of people that have at-risk investments that go down in value and think, oh, well, hey, I'm just going to got to stay in because it's going to come back up. And maybe that is a good strategy. Maybe it's not. There are sometimes at-risk investments that don't come back up. So you just have to be careful and understand what you own, why you own it. If you're trying to grow money, taking risk historically has been a good thing to do. But if you're already retired and need to use the money you've got, you might want to consider the risk that portion of your nest egg is at.
Yeah, you want to be comfortable.
Right.
And, if there's no reward that's going to really benefit you, I question taking the risk. And sometimes people get in risk investments, particularly some of our older clients, they, get involved in things that are extremely high risk, and they don't even really care about the reward and the use of it, but they certainly care when that doesn't work out.
Oh, that is so, so true. If you have a portfolio and a financial plan that needs to make 5% a year, or 7, or whatever your magic number is, our belief is that you should take as much risk as you need to reach that goal, but not take any extra. And in this gentleman's situation, I don't think he would have been happy had this investment not turned out well. I think that he would have been very uncomfortable at what would have occurred for his portfolio.
Oh, yeah. And there was no reward for him.
No.
I mean, he can't spend the money he's got, can't spend the interest. He does like to be a good steward of the money and make money, but he certainly doesn't want stress in his life over having made a mistake.
Exactly.
Yes.
So be careful, be smart. If you want to make sure and get a second opinion of your portfolio that it's on track to help you do what you want to do, reach out to us at ghwealthadvisors.com right here in the description below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Start building a more secure future for you and your family. Take the first step toward financial clarity by scheduling a no-cost, no-obligation consultation with Grayhurst Wealth Advisors. See if we're the right fit for you by scheduling a consultation. Call us today at 513-984-5999 or click the link in today's show description to get started.